What's up, everybody? Checkman here with my buddy Spidey, and bringing you the updates to my Amazing Spider-Man 2 budget cosplay suit. Now, first thing I want to throw out there regarding the budget cosplay video of this suit previously, I bought the suit for about $130, $140 on Amazon at the time. So for that price, I would absolutely recommend this suit. Now, when you look nowadays, it goes for about $300. To be completely honest, for that price range, I would not buy it. So today, I myself am not wearing the suit because I've put on about 25 pounds since 3 years ago when I made the previous video. And at the time, given my height being 6'2", I already had a pretty hard time putting the suit on and getting the zipped up. It was like just the right fit, so I didn't really want to take a chance of ripping anything. I've made certain updates, improvements that I talked about in the video of making. I'll go through those, and then I'll go through some of the issues that I've had since then. First up, obviously, you have the mask. The biggest issue initially was that there were these two holes that you could completely see my nose through, which were a pretty big, like, turn off for the suit. I've since then put just a little red cloth on the inside to basically cover it. It is still obviously noticeable from up close, but from far away, I mean, it's good enough, I guess. You know, there's not really much more, that I could do with it. Now, as you saw, one of my videos when I was explaining the applying of the 3D paint, I have put it on since then. Now, in that video, as I mentioned, when it was initially applied, there's a nice big layer, and if it would stay at that height, it would look terrific. But what happens is that 3D paint gets soaked into the cloth and doesn't end up being as high or as 3D as it initially looks. When I went down, I didn't bother going all the way down because this is at about the place where the mask gets tucked in, so I didn't bother obviously going over the parts that are tucked in. First of all, because obviously there's no need. Second, because then the 3D paint would, I guess it might make it a little harder taking it off or anything like that. So yeah, the biggest pain, obviously, putting on the 3D paint was you have to have it on this mannequin head, so you can only do a little bit at a time. I did the top, then I put it this way, I did the side, other side, but I really had to do multiple sessions of applying certain areas, giving it the 4 or 5 hours to dry, whatever it is for the 3D paint, waiting, and then obviously applying the next part. The only thing that still kind of annoys me, while the lenses look terrific, they look great, the shape and everything, the fact that they are see-through is kind of a turn-off for me. I've looked at some other ones which are completely, obviously, un-see-through, to consider changing them out. The only downfall, though, is that these have like a little connector here in the middle because it is basically like a face shell with the cloth around it. So I'm not really exactly sure how I would go about replacing those. I thought about cutting out the actual eye to keep the lenses and then putting something there, but I'm not really sure what. I haven't done too much research. If you guys know anything that would be good for the lenses to not be see-through, let me know in the comments. So that's pretty much it for the mask. As far as applying the 3D paint, and I apologize for my crappy lighting. That's one thing I realize I'm probably going to have to improve in my videos. The one thing that obviously was much better applying the paint here was you can put the whole suit down nice and flat. So, and these are really big, strong, big long lines. So it really made it much easier to, and a much faster process to go and just make those lines than the little lines on the mask, or later down the road on the gloves, on the fingers. So the 3D black paint looks incredible. I got so many compliments on this suit once I applied the 3D paint. I took it to a couple of Halloween parties and people were just going nuts. They thought it looked absolutely amazing. So putting that on over the initial pattern that was on it, that the suit came with, 1,000 times better. The spider obviously is the same. That still looks awesome. As far as the little touch pad thingies that was here, which was supposed to be like the webbing sensor, the placement of it was crappy, and there were little things, as you can see, it's still on this one, on the fingertips, as I wore the suit and I grabbed stuff and then possibly playing some games where I put my fingers in water, they got wet and they ended up just peeling off, which actually I'm happy about because it looks much better without them. I'm actually going to try and peel this one off too. I have to do it very carefully. Then after using this a lot, obviously your hands are the ones that you continue to move. The chest, there haven't really been any breaks in the pattern because when you're wearing it, it's just flat. It's nice and straight. Obviously on your hands, you're moving it, you're constantly stretching and de-stretching the 3D paint. So the issue I came upon is I've had a lot of tears, obviously, along the fingers here. So that's quite a bit of repairs I have to make there. Probably double up on the 3D paint. Probably stuff it with something when I'm making it, because when it's not stuffed, it's not the right size of the finger. So then once you actually put your finger in there, it obviously expands and then the 3D paint breaks. So those are some of the pairs there. I did mention wanting to paint these. I haven't done that yet. They look fairly fine. That's just going to be kind of like one of the last little itty bitty touches just to make it look really great. So that's pretty much it for the top. Now, one other thing I did notice, though, is that the spider on the back, which obviously looks incredible, it's starting to peel here at the bottom. I'm not really sure how I'm going to take care of that. Some kind of special little super glue, because obviously I don't want it to show. So I'm going to leave it alone for now. I'm not planning on wearing the suit anytime soon, but that is something that I will have to take care of. And then regarding the feet, initially I wanted to get like a shoe sole and put it on the bottom, or some kind of shoe rubber or anything like that. This is the original thing that's on the bottom there with these little marbles on it. What I ended up actually doing is taking one of my old Tiger sneaker shoes, which basically look like this, just different color, whatever. And what I did is I ended up just sticking it into the suit. And it actually ended up looking really great because, first of all, I basically have a shoe on the inside. So even if I put some kind of sole here, then I'd still have a pretty hard time maintaining any kind of structure here of a shoe. So by putting an actual shoe in here, that actually worked out really well. It has a great foot. It's comfortable for me to wear. I don't have to worry about stepping on anything. And the bottom of it has actually held up, so I haven't had to do anything with it. Obviously here you can see some of the wear. So I wear it size 12, so obviously this is a little smaller. I think this is about 11 or 10 and a half. The only thing here is that even though the suit is as tight as it is, this part still isn't completely like skin tight, so it does look rather like a boot, you know. So I'm not really sure what kind of way, without really getting it like tailored or adjusting the cloth, that I could. The thing is, for the wear that I did, nobody noticed that. Nobody noticed that it was like half an inch off my calf kind of hanging instead of being completely skin tight. So it doesn't really, you know, it's just something I noticed wearing it, that was a thing. But like I said, everybody that saw the suit was absolutely blown away. They thought it looked amazing. They said, you know, you've seen like the Halloween Spider-Man suits, but they're like, man, this one is legit. This is like straight up like replica from the movie. So, and that's obviously not even that great of a replica. I mean, this is a great suit, but it's nowhere close to some replicas that you see online that cost $500,000 and up, being obviously much better quality. So, like I said, for the price range, the $140 that I got it for, with the paint, you know, a couple bucks here and there, putting just my old shoes, which I was gonna throw out anyway. So it worked out putting those in there. So here and there, you know, give or take $200 for the suit. Absolutely worth it. Like I said, given 300 and up, probably not so much, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers it. The 3D paint applying, like I said, a little harder on the mask, much easier on the rest of the suit besides the gloves. Quite a bit of repairs to be made, obviously, in the stretchiest parts. Most places it held up. I noticed one place in the back of the mask, obviously, as I'm taking it off, there's a little rip there. But other than that, the mask has remained fine. It's really just the gloves that have the major issue. Painting the web shooters, taking off the little crap stickers that had been on there from the original design. But other than that, the suit got great reception. I was very happy with it. We're wearing this thing again soon. Got MegaCon coming up in Orlando and some kind of Comic-Con in Tampa. So I live in Florida, so those are my go-to destinations, locally. All right, thanks a lot for watching, you guys. Leave me some comments down below. What are your thoughts? What are some techniques that you have made or used to improve your suits? So on and so forth. Let me know.